The hybrids are among the most compelling and unsettling topics in alien lore. They sit at the crossroads of identity, evolution, and secrecy. What if the invasion already happened and nobody noticed? What if the next step in human evolution didn't come from within, but from above? The hybrids, part alien, part human, the children of a program that may have started decades ago or longer. The idea of alien-human hybrids emerged through abduction reports, often involving the Greys. Men and women recalling being taken aboard ships, examined, and then shown children. Children with human features and alien eyes. But why hybrids? Some believe the Greys are a dying species, emotionally stunted, genetically fragile. They need what we have: emotion, resilience, creativity. Others say it's not just about survival, but integration. A long-term plan to gently phase alien DNA into the human race. Descriptions vary. Some hybrids appear unmistakably alien. Thin, pale, large eyes, telepathic. But others, they're nearly indistinguishable from us. You might pass one in the street. You might work beside one. You might even be one. Some abductees report being told hybrids will live on Earth, learn our ways, help us evolve. Others describe being shown hybrid children and feeling a strange maternal connection. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's emotional, it's intimate, it's deeply human. Mainstream science rejects hybrid accounts as dream fragments or trauma responses. But intelligence whistleblowers have hinted at genetic programs hidden deep in black budget projects. If even some of it is true, then open contact may not begin with ships. It may begin with a handshake. Not all beings want to be seen. Some remain hidden, behind mirrored eyes, or beneath the earth. Next, we meet the others, the Insectoids, the Interdimensionals, and the Watchers we cannot classify. Let's now explore one of the most mysterious and unnerving groups, the Insectoids, Mantids, mantis beings. They are silent, towering, inhuman. When they appear, the room goes cold. Time slows, speech vanishes. These are the Mantid beings, also known as the Insectoids, and they are unlike any others in the alien pantheon. Witnesses describe them as over 2 meters tall, standing on 2 spindly legs with elongated arms and razor-like fingers. Their heads are triangular, their eyes enormous, black, unblinking. They resemble giant mantises, but walk like priests. In many reported abductions, the Greys are not alone. They are the workers, the technicians. But watching from behind them in silence stands something else, the Mantid, not speaking, just observing. Strangely, experiencers do not always feel fear, though they often should. Some report a deep telepathic connection, intelligence far beyond ours, with a calm, almost parental presence. Others describe a cold detachment, as if we are insects on their operating table. Many believe the Mantids are genetic overseers, running a long-term breeding program to create hybrid beings. Not for war, not for conquest, but perhaps for integration, to seed a future race that combines the best of them and us. But what does it mean when the ones who look least like us might be the most intelligent? We imagine intelligence with eyes, hands, skin, but maybe the mind is not in the flesh. Maybe these beings evolved past war, past fear, and now observe us as caretakers or conductors. Others say that the Mantids are not extraterrestrial at all, but interdimensional. Beings of frequency and thought crossing into our dreams, our altered states, our moments of trauma. They don't walk, they phase. They are not like us, but maybe they're here to teach us what we could become if we stopped destroying and started evolving. We've met the engineers, the observers, the visitors, but next we turn towards the past. The builders, the Anunnaki, the Elohim and the Lyrans, beings some say created humanity itself. The Anunnaki, the gods who came from the sky. Before the pyramids, before recorded time, there were gods who walked the earth. They ruled from the heavens, they shaped civilizations, and according to some, they made us. They are the Anunnaki, and their legacy may stretch from the Sumerian plains to the stars beyond. The word Anunnaki comes from the ancient Sumer, one of the world's first civilizations. It means those who came from the heavens. In Sumerian texts, they were gods, powerful, immortal, and deeply involved in human affairs. But some believe these weren't gods at all, they were extraterrestrials. Author Zecharia Sitchin popularized the theory that the Anunnaki were not mythological, but real beings from a planet called Nibiru, a hidden world in our solar system with a long elliptical orbit. He claimed that when Nibiru neared Earth, the Anunnaki came down, seeking gold to save their atmosphere. The Anunnaki, according to this view, did not find intelligent life, so they made it. They allegedly combined their DNA with early hominids to create a worker species, Homo sapiens. Not out of compassion, but necessity. We are engineered for labor. The stories of gods fighting, humans being punished, floods sent to destroy civilization, they're not just myths, say some, they're memories. Accounts of powerful struggles between Anunnaki leaders like Enki, the creator, and Enlil, the enforcer. The echoes are everywhere. The Nephilim of the Bible, the watchers in the book of Enoch, even the gods of Egypt and Babylon, all possibly rebranded versions of the same beings. If the Anunnaki were real, they weren't just ancient astronauts. They were the first kings, the first tyrants, the first engineers of man. Mainstream historians dismiss Sitchin's work, citing mistranslations, flawed logic, and lack of archaeological support. But even critics agree, the Sumerians were obsessed with the stars, and their gods always came from above. If we were created by the Anunnaki, not born from divine spirit, but designed in a lab, then who are we? Are we free beings? Or servants who forgot they were slaves? And if they return, will they come to reclaim what they made? Next, we look at another group said to shape humanity, not conquerors, but creators. The Elohim. Were they gods or gardeners? And are they still watching? The Elohim, those who came from the sky. In the beginning, they created the heavens and the earth. But who were they? The Bible speaks of Elohim, a mysterious plural name for God. Were these divine creators or misunderstood extraterrestrials? Some believe that Elohim were not gods, but beings from the stars. The Hebrew word Elohim is plural, literally meaning gods or mighty ones. In early texts, the Elohim act collectively. They create, they descend, they walk among men. To some, this pluralism hints at something more than monotheism. It hints at a council or a race. In the 1970s, a Frenchman named Claude Vorilhon, later known as Israel, claimed he met one of the Elohim face to face. The being told him that the Elohim were advanced scientists from another planet who used DNA and technology to seed life on Earth. According to the Raelians, every prophet in human history, Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, was a messenger genetically engineered by them. The Elohim in this view did not want to be worshipped. They wanted to be remembered. Their plan was to slowly guide humanity towards peace, knowledge, and universal awareness. But over time, their teachings were distorted. Their names turned into gods. Their science turned into magic. Some researchers believe the Elohim are the same as the Anunnaki, the creators in Sumerian mythology. Others say that they are higher dimensional beings, closer to the Arcturians or Blue Avians than any flesh-blood visitors. Their goal isn't control, it's awakening. Mainstream theology resists this view. To most, the Elohim are metaphor, not literal beings, but the overlap between ancient texts and modern contact reports is growing harder to ignore. They came from the sky again and again and again. Let us make man in our image. What if we were not created by chance, but by design? Not to be slaves, but students. Not to fear the heavens, but to one day rejoin them. If the Elohim are real, they are not coming back to rule. They are waiting for us to evolve. One more piece remains in the builder's puzzle: the Lyrans, said to be the first human-like species in our galaxy. Were they our genetic ancestors, or the seeders of empires? Next, the forgotten war of the stars. Let's now explore one of the most mythic and origin-centered alien groups, the Lyrans. Their story is woven through galactic wars, seeding of civilizations, and ancestral memory, often framed as an ancient root race of human-like beings. Before the Pleiadians, before the Greys, before Earth's first cities were built, there were the Lyrans, described as one of the oldest humanoid species in the galaxy. The Lyrans may be the cosmic ancestors of many civilizations, including our own. The Lyrans are said to have come from the Lyra constellation, their home planet, long lost in what some call the First Galactic War. They were explorers, builders, seeders of life, spreading human DNA and knowledge across the star systems. From Lyra to Vega to the Pleiades to Sirius and Orion, they left traces everywhere. Descriptions of Lyrans vary. Some are said to be fair-skinned with light hair and blue and green eyes. Others darker, feline-featured, or even with lion-like qualities. Their defining trait is not appearance, but wisdom. They are often seen as the first root race of human-like beings, with both technological mastery and spiritual awareness. But their peace did not last. According to some contactees and channelers, the Lyrans were attacked by a warlike species, often said to be the reptilians. Their planets were destroyed, their people scattered. What followed was a diaspora that would seed entire galactic civilizations. The Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Andromedians, many are said to be descended from the Lyrans, carrying fragments of their culture, their genetics, and their purpose. Even humans, some say, are part of this lineage, created or influenced by the Lyrans long ago. Though the Lyrans are said to have vanished as a unified civilization, some believe they still exist in higher dimensions. They are thought to work behind the scenes, guiding evolution, watching their children grow. The Lyrans represent a cosmic memory, the possibility that our roots lie far beyond Earth. They are not just our ancestors, they are a mirror, showing us what we were and what we could be again. And now we leave the known entirely. Not Greys, not Nordics, not even physical. We turn to the others. Beings of shadow, light, and something else entirely. Entities not from our planet, but from somewhere outside of time itself. Shadow beings, plasma entities, light orbs, frequencies with intelligence. They are not from this world or any world. They are from the space between worlds. They go by many names: shadow people, watchers, plasma beings, energy orbs. They appear in meditations, near-death experiences, altered states. Sometimes terrifying, sometimes transcendent, always unexplainable. Are they from another dimension, another frequency? Or are they us, future humans reaching back? Some theories suggest these entities exist in higher vibratory states, visible only when consciousness aligns, through trauma, death, or spiritual awakening. Some report healing encounters with light beings who speak in knowing silence. Others describe terrifying paralysis, drained energy, or whispers in unknown tongues. These aren't aliens in the way we think of them. They're something more ancient, or perhaps something we're becoming. If the others are real, they raise a different question. Not where are they from, but what is reality? And how many layers does it have? They don't arrive, they awaken.